lanes and off angles and posturing at the chokes. All good thing. I ranked
Okay,
up a bit too, which is good.
nice. Okay, so you implemented off angles, lanes, and is there anything else?
Yeah, you were kind of explaining like to posture more aggressive positions
Mm,
too, and just like going on backline basically,
Sure,
focusing target priority,
sure. So this kind
not
of
not trying to
uh
not turning around for the tank and just going for their backline instead.
right.
Doing
So
all that.
how that went?
Good, I think so.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, so all of that proactive positioning. Well, what do you think you do much better? What do you think you do much better out of all of those concepts so far?
mm, Off angle and I guess proactive positioning. I think because I used to have a really bad habit of like proactive positioning, but like going way like
Way
overextending
too
way too
hard.
much. Yeah, way too hard. So and then like now I reeled it back. I over like brought it back too much. So I'm very used to like walking on backline and like trying to 1v4 with two bubbles, with like a
Okay.
100 charge. Like I used to do that all the time, but it was like way too much. Like they had like 1,000 cooldowns and it was just at the wrong times.
Right.
And I was like just out of position, just overextending.
Right.
It was too much.
Right. Yeah.
But now I'm doing it like a more good in between.
I see.
So
I see. Nice. That's good to hear. Okay. Is there anything you seem like to struggle with at the moment then?
um I feel like I don't know or I don't like
That's all right.
well I feel like I don't have a plan or some sort of like objective besides just kill backline. It doesn't matter the composition, it doesn't matter anything else. I just position as far up as I can with some good cover, try to hold a choke somewhere and just try to kill as many people as I can. But I feel like sometimes it's not. I can do great, but it's still not good enough to win the game. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like I feel like I can get a lot more out of it.
Right.
If I had I don't know some sort of plan or some sort of uh thought process behind what I'm doing because I'm just kind of just positioning basically.
That's understandable. So you're saying your plan should involve understanding the position still a bit more, understanding the target priority as well, maybe? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Okay. I'm just marking all of that here in the summary. We can go over that potentially if we need to. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything else? Or that's it?
As far as I know, I mean, you would know more than me.
No, I'm just asking, the general, if there's anything else. Because if there's something, maybe you struggle in specific with something, you can always go over that. That's definitely fine. Okay.
Yeah. Also, same thing, but for I've been playing a little bit more Winston. I know we mostly have covered Zarya, but I kind of want
Sure.
to do both a little bit more. So
Sure. You want to?
same concept.
Yes.
Y-
Yes.
Yeah, just go over maybe just a Winston, a little bit of Winston.
Yeah, sure. We can go
Um,
with that as well. Okay. Just a little bit more specific details on him. Okay. All right, let's do that then. And do you have any games we can start with? Anything we can look at first? Especially the games where I think you look to apply all of what we mentioned, but maybe the game, especially where that was a little bit tough for you to understand in terms of team compositions. Yeah, what the objective, like you said. Yeah, what else you can do? I think if you get this kind of games, we can go with that. I
like
see. Mhm.
I just played right now a new Queen Street where they had Life Weaver, Life Weaver Doomfist, Ash, Kiriko, and since Kiriko teleports, Doomfist goes in, Ash is super far away, and Lifeweaver has his pedal and his like dash and whatnot. I felt like a lot of the time kind of had to spend on Doomfist and on Lifeweaver,
Sure,
basically. But I don't know if I
sure,
was making the right decisions. Half the time, I have no idea
sure,
if that was the right call. That's what I just sent you right now. On your
sure.
stream game.
Yeah, we can go with
Uh,
that. Can you see my stream just fine? Is it working for you?
Let me join it real quick. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What is your rank at the moment?
I got up to Plat 4.
Lat 4. Okay. Yeah, I think it's definitely valuable to go over team compositions, just understanding the basics of your thought process, what you can be paying attention to. It's just, first of all, your composition, secondary, that's also the enemy composition, something you can keep an eye on. So let's take a look. Well, maybe regarding the composition, starting with right away looking at yours here. What is your main objective here? How your composition wins? What are your thoughts here?
My first thought is as soon as I saw Cassidy, or McCree, my thought was if he's probably gonna get like he's hard to keep up. If the Cassidy is just just playing the game, it's hard for him just to stay alive. If he's just on in the game, doesn't matter who it is. I feel like Cassidy's are always hard to. They always have a tough time staying alive because they're not
Sure,
so mobile.
sure.
So I was thinking trying to have the same targets or like kind of keep a
Mhm,
kill box with him
mhm.
because we're both kind of not that mobile. And hopefully a support will follow, but and I probably
I love
bubbling
that
him
thought
is probably
process.
gonna
Yeah.
bubbling him is probably really good because I know people are gonna go for him.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, I think all
that
of
was
that is
my
great.
first thought.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. I think all of that is great, to be honest. Well, the Cassidy, paying attention to him when he's taking angle, and especially because he's quite stationary too, I think there's going to be a lot of attention towards him. You can bubble all of his aggression, potentially. Is there anybody else for you to bubble on your team? Kind of enable.
Anna, and Faro and Shields basically.
Okay. Anna,
I mean, Mercy
Farah,
too when
maybe?
she reses.
Maybe. Maybe.
If
Okay.
she's resing and it's worth it.
Okay. Okay.
Um, if you're just resing something that's just gonna stagger someone or feed, like then no. But yeah, a good Faro, try to save Anna if if she's in trouble. But mainly Cassidy.
Sure.
Uh,
Okay. So,
me and Cassidy should be taking the aggression basically.
okay. Okay. Let's try to break this down a little bit more. So, what your thought process? All of this. Do I enable Cassidy? Do I enable somebody else's? Should be based on. Okay. I think one of the biggest things for you to look at when you look at any composition is just understanding the main direction of what your comp does. So, generally speaking, in a game, you always hear those terms, I guess. You have a lot of brawl, something what's called brawl composition. You can have something what's called poke composition. You can have something what's called dive composition as well. Okay, are
Hmm.
you familiar with all of those here?
Yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
why the Zarya, Winston, and Sigma.
right, exactly.
Hmm.
Okay, so if we pay attention to the range, at what range Brawl likes to play?
Close,
Close,
close up.
exactly, a
Hmm.
close range. Yeah, so this is pretty straightforward. Poke composition might be long range most of the time, obviously depends, but mostly the direction is we play in a long range. And dive is just kind of, to me, most of the time you can be sweating from long distance because of your mobility, because you can close the gap really fast, but you get up close and fight later, yeah? So this arrow, it represents the mobility, basically. You can go in and
Yeah,
out real quick. Okay, so why
yeah.
it's important for us to understand is that when you play comp, and it doesn't matter, it does matter still if you communicate or you don't communicate, I think, but if you understand the main direction of your composition, it just helps you to understand where do you have to send resources, okay? So, for instance, here, you look at your comp, what your comp is leaning towards more. Are they leaning towards the poke? Are they leaning towards dive? Or maybe brawl? What's your thoughts?
Mm, I think we might be leaning towards poke a bit
Yeah,
because of
sure.
the Ana, Cass, and Farah. I mean,
Exactly.
and Mercy just enables Coop as well. I'm the one that's not going Sigma, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But that's okay. Let's put it this way. You can play Zarya. I think the main thing is still, how do you adjust your play style? But because of it, then paying attention to what your team does and enabling exact win condition which complements your direction of the composition is important. So see here, it's really aligns with what you said. You have
Mm.
Cassidy, you have Anna, that is something you can enable, and even Mercy that complements your long range composition quite a lot because of the res, because there's a high chance, well, if you're staying kind of far from the enemy team, there might be higher chance for the res. Usually that's why Mercy can be quite
Yeah,
good in
especially if I
snipers.
bubble her.
Yeah,
Especially like
yeah,
damage boost.
yes, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you understand the direction, it's enough. Of course, in rank, people play whatever. They play mixed compositions, all of that. But really, identify
Mhm.
the direction. That's the one. And what you're just gonna be doing with all of that is, yeah, understanding the range. Yeah, what is the range I'm leaning towards? So it's a short or long. And once you know that, you're gonna enable exact characters who are contributing to the right range. Yeah? So in this case, it's long range. But let's say you have something like Reaper, May, Reinhardt. Well, oh, you don't have Reinhardt anymore. Sorry, I mean Reaper, May. So you can enable those guys a little bit more because now you're leaning towards brawl composition. This is your thought process, basically. Starting with that, okay? We start with that and let's just kind of see, give you maybe a couple of examples. How do we can enable all of this? There's another perspective as well. I'll talk about that really soon.
Is this okay, by the way? My right click jumps to get there quicker.
I think
Not
yeah.
fine.
I think yeah. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. That's usually what most of the Zarya players do. I think they also do quick turn if you're able to do that. So it's just a little bit
I do
faster.
that sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, like 360, 180.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. So a
Okay.
little bit faster from what I
That's what I feel like too.
yeah.
180.
Okay. Get in position here. You know the spot. Perfect.
I messed it up.
That's fine.
So I just dropped.
I like the intention because you get in an off angle and you contribute into this kind of area near the robot. Well, there might be also an option for us to go to the left here. Well, this is fine, but yeah, let's see. Let's see, how do you contribute to your win condition first of all? Okay, Cassidy goes in aggressive, and then we bubble this. Okay, now you tell me, what's your thoughts on this bubble here? Are we enabling the Cassidy quite a lot here? Or...
He's pretty out in the middle of nowhere, staring down an ash.
Hmm.
I heard of the ash, and
Mhm.
I know they have a. I know they also have a Moira
Yeah.
that's also looking at him, and he's also
Mm.
burning.
Yes.
There's also a Doomfist that's probably wants to punch him too. So
Right.
I didn't want him to die right off the bat. He's like
Right.
way out there.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Panic bubble, basically.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, I could have waited a little longer than just
Mhm.
because his burning. I don't want the ash just to delete him. Basically,
I
I
think
mean,
this is reasonable though, because you see there's a decent amount of pressure. There's already a big cooldown. That is something you can disable. Of course, you can again prolong this a little bit more, try to bait even more attention. That's even better.
yeah.
But this is good enough. One additional trigger for you when you do all of this, because here fundamentally it's good. I like it because we're disabling the cooldown well. Maybe you can also look at their HP a little bit more. So kind of when they go in towards the critical or maybe lower. I think that's when you start. So this can be like additional bait trigger, yeah? Maybe Doomfist dives in or maybe there's somebody else as well, then you go in. It's also important to keep in mind that your teammates, they have their own defensive, but usually your defensive, tank defensive, they cost more because you can disable multiple cooldowns at once. But that was reasonable though. Like, but if a bubble maybe here, this is even more reasonable.
Yeah, that's way better, of course.
But
my main fear was the Ash just deleting Cassie and that's it.
Yeah.
Fight's over.
Yeah. What's your one shot damage? Well, if it's
I mean,
damage boosted. Mm-hmm.
he was like he already took a good amount from what you
Right.
showed
Right.
from the burning too.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Um,
No. But that's why it's reasonable. I think like 90% probably. This is good enough. Mm-hmm. He's just, I think, like, trying to discover, well, how far he can drop so he will not get a one-shot from the Ash. But sure. Okay. Some of the pressure, just doing the right click. Oh, also, we've been talking about the primary fire in our previous session. How that went? Just trying to primary
oh,
fire a
good,
little bit
good,
more.
good. I think I'm only doing this because she's so far, but
Yeah,
most
that's
of the
good.
time, unless they're really far, I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Yep.
or like right before I
Mm-hmm.
reload.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just asking in general. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Some of the pressure there, sure. Okay.
I
There's a
was a little late. I wish I got it just right before the punch.
hmm. Okay. Okay, we got the Doomfist eventually. There was overall kind of you trying to pay attention to the Mercy. Well, it's reasonable. Again, she contributes to your win condition quite a lot. I think that most of your attention is gonna be on her. Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
when
he's
she's in
burned his
danger.
cooldowns. So
Yeah. Okay.
I
Attention.
didn't want to chase him.
She. The fire is diving in. So this is like hard dive, right? And then because she's closing the gap, there is something you can potentially enable, but your team's getting killed. Okay. Oh, let's take a look actually. What's your thought here actually? Like I think the bubble is reasonable. However,
Yeah, I
knowing
think the bubble is good here. I just
uh,
need to turn around, do a health check on my team because the
hmm,
Sombra is killing my
hmm,
Ana. My Ana's like
right, right.
suffering.
And see, this is
I
what.
tunneled here.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is what's important. Kind of try to enable those aggressive plays from your Pharah, sure, but at the same time, let's put it, most of your attention should be towards your main win condition. So it's just little bits of attention on the Pharah, and then when this happens, yeah, like your win condition starts doing something. There are shots, they just in a position to do something. Just check with them whether they're doing just in case, so you're able to enable them a little bit more. That's why you might be catching the Sombra, I think, as well, right after the hack. Who knows? Because that
Yeah,
was
she
reasonable
got away
bubble
with
there.
it.
Right. Mm.
I tried going up top, but they dropped anyways.
Okay. Oh, let's keep watching actually. This fight's probably gonna be lost, so let's see
Hmm.
what's the next one is gonna be. You guys pushed the card pretty far. Okay.
I didn't even see the bubble there. What?
Oh,
What did I bubble?
there's a bubble right there, yeah.
Oh, myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bubble ourselves. Okay. Now, another potential thing to think about is whenever I mentioned the range, yeah, the range of your composition, what you can do as well, not only looking at your composition right at the start when before your game starts, but just kind of thinking your composition versus theirs. Okay, versus theirs. What is your range you want to play at? Yeah, at what range you guys ultimately winning? Okay, if you look at the enemy team, how do they win versus you? At close range
Um,
or long range?
they I think dive.
Hmm.
Yeah, like if Sombra, Doomfist, Moira, like if Ash hits a shot on somebody and they dive it, I mean, I think it's dive.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So this is, and see, this is what you want to kind of pay attention to then. Enable your resources, your cooldowns, your win condition, so it's a long range, and disable enemy win condition as well. Okay?
Yeah.
So see now, for example, Of course, some of the members they're in a position to do something, but there's no big pressure from your teammates. Okay, so there's nothing to enable for you as a bubble. Okay, but there's can be another perspective. If they go for big pressure, yeah, with a big dive, then you can bubble that. But what is that exactly for you? Yeah, what are the cooldowns you should be using bubble on if they look into dive? Yeah, what are important cooldowns to
Punch.
track?
Yeah, punch. Punch, hack.
Mm-hmm. So it's
Mm,
kind of big pressure there. Mm-hmm.
probably maybe maybe trying to save someone from like dynamite or
Maybe, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes
if
it
it's
can be.
necessary.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. It can
maybe
be.
just
Okay.
block a sight line from
Right.
Ash. Maybe.
Right. It can be, I think, but because Ash is more of a long range character, it's still important. I think tracking the cooldowns. Okay, you disabling what matters, but see now your perspective, your thought process should be leaning towards disabling this Doomfist and Sombra over the Sash. It's okay to disable
Yeah.
Dash, but this is how you think. Okay, so let's say now I use my bubble, yeah, my thought process. There's a big pressure from Ash. Ideally, you shouldn't maybe position in the way, so you force to use your bubble versus her. You try to
Yeah, I
position.
was trying to
Mhm.
force a fight on cart before they get it too
Right,
far
right, exactly. So see, it's
past
okay.
those.
It's okay, I think. But then let's try to think about our position in a way so we maybe bait their important cooldowns while enabling your win condition. Yeah, what is gonna be looking like here? What do you what's
Mm,
your thoughts?
try to try to get Doomfist to punch.
Yeah, I think that's it. You probably just walk in, get him to punch, and then bubble. I think that would be the greatest thing you can do.
Mhm.
So this is kind of, you don't have bubble now, so it's like how to. By the way, this might happen still, but this is not how they win. Ultimately, you still stronger at the poke range. Remember, you win the long term game, especially with your Mercy reses and all of that. By the way, Mercy can act like a bait too. If she goes for the res, you can also bubble that potentially. Bubble the
He
Doomfist one.
punched me there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So that was alright. And this is good. The
and
bubble on the Ana is
yeah,
good as well.
she was about to die. Yeah.
And this is where your attention also with the target priority again gonna go towards their win condition, which is I mean disabling their win condition as well. You're thinking, okay, Doomfist, Sombra, they're about to dive me. Let me shoot them a little bit more potentially, try to find them a little bit more. Maybe also Moira, because she can act in a way like supporting the dive. She's the one who's gonna be taking
Mm-hmm.
more aggressive angles here, so it's probably Moira, Sombra, and then Doomfist. This is how you just go about it. So this pressure is alright. Yeah, well, they use the tree. There's this sly fever of the platform, sure. Ash next, she's low, nice. Nice right click. Okay. So far we had what? We had a disable. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna write it down this way. A disable and enable. So far we had disable enemy resources, so it's like their big pressure. Enable your big pressure, like your own cooldowns, wincon. And we also looked at the range as well. So it's just two kind of things. You're understanding the cooldowns and the range of each composition. I think this is what's important. Probably start with the range. I think the easiest one, you just start with the range, you understand, all right, what do we do here? Well, we shorter or longer composition, longer range composition, then go from there, understand what kind of resources are contributing to each wing con, enable, disable, right? This is fine. Clearing the fight, pushing up, sure. Ash kills you, Ash, that's alright. Can do much there, I think. Well, you could technically. Well, I think this is fine. This is like reasonable off angle. It's just
Yeah, we lost.
could we be doing something else there? Well, your Karen was here. and then you take an off angle on this position on the live viewer. Okay. All right, I can add you another perspective. Okay. Because I mentioned you can think about the resources, you can enable something, you can disable. Okay. What you can be thinking about is angles as well. And this is kind of another thing, and it's really that don't depend on the well, the composition that much. It's just kind of nature. Yeah, you can look at who is taking the most aggressive angle on the map and try to disable them, I think. Okay. This is the way your thought process should be, though. You should be kind of trying to track and think who is going to be the most dangerous position to kind of do something towards my team. Okay, let's put it this way. So like now the Doomfist and Sombra are gone, yeah? So they're not most dangerous anymore, all right? They're not most dangerous because, well, even though it's a dive variation here, yeah? They're looking to only dive your composition. You would be looking to probably bubble all of that dives, but now once they're gone, yeah? What is more dangerous here? What do you think? Like looking at this situation, kind of anticipating, thinking, what angle is gonna be more scary potentially on the map? What's your
For
thoughts?
right, the Ash, but
Uh-huh. Can you
the
get there
Ash,
right
but
away somehow?
no, I that's why yeah I can't. So yeah,
Hmm.
Lifeweaver.
Hmm.
Lifeweaver is being you know
Mm-hmm. So
choose the
yeah,
oh the Vash. Yeah, I mean I can make her back away from that window if I was down
yeah,
there, but
yeah.
she would just back up. I mean,
See,
it won't do much.
ideally, if you can try to do that, yeah, whenever because with disabling big pressure at any point of time,
She's cutting
that
off
is
my
really
team.
nice. Right. So it's fine, I think, to also get the what's killable, but try to do it this way. Prioritize what does more pressure first, and then see what's killable as well. See, mm, it's always kind of like a balance, right? Usually prioritize the squishies, yeah, prioritize DPS, maybe your support. See who does more, and this is where predictions are quite important. Yeah, you might expect the Sombra to be on the flank, or you might expect the Doomfist to be, I don't know, like on setting up on your backline as well, somewhere really deep as well. That's where you put your attention at. Yeah, I think even just slight bits of pressure on the Ash is reasonable.
Yeah, Ash
Uh-huh.
got 2 kills actually. Yeah.
But now you again going back to what's the biggest pressure? Well, probably the divers. They have Kiriko, they have Doomfist, so you can start just pushing the back first. I think that's your first priority. It's kind of like a checklist, yeah. I'm seeing what's more aggressive, okay, and it's based
Yeah,
on
Kiriko's in my range here.
yeah, exactly. So this is nice. Pressure them back, good. Now they're not gonna be diving you anymore. You win. You win automatically with your long range wing condition. Okay, push him back. Nice. And now you, once they're not dangerous anymore, pay attention to Ash. Search for Ash. Well, maybe Sombra. Sombra is still in. Okay, so maybe Sombra first, and then Ash. Oh, that's why she gets a kill,
Okay.
actually, right? It's like, I think your thought process right away. Yeah, where do I look? Where do I look? Okay. Disable biggest pressure. Sombra is alive, Ash is alive. So I want to go and look after this, yeah? It's a lot about expectations as well, yeah? What do I expect the character to be? So you see, like, does it make sense here? All
Yeah,
of
yeah.
this? Okay, perfect.
I mean, Anna could have helped him out there, but
Yeah, well, sometimes they do,
whatever.
sometimes they're not, you know. Sometimes they're like, I'm not gonna
Whatever.
heal
I
you
mean,
anymore.
I don't have any bubbles either, so that's why. I mean,
Let's put it this way. Bubbles it doesn't matter to us. What's important is your attention, and it's at least like bits of pressure. Anything what you can do is what's valuable. Yeah. Of course, I could say like maybe break is down as well. Well, maybe here we doing the pressure. Like maybe here don't need the bubble as much because the Doomfist is quite low. But you know it's reasonable because he's punching. And we mentioned cooldowns. You're disabling all of this, so this is fine. But then later you just probably when you put in the attention here, it's about your right click. I think yeah maybe I can right click the Sombra away. Who knows? She gonna use Translocator, something like
I think I
that.
heard the hack. That's why it looked that way.
And then after the Sombra is gone, you again go after Doomfist, and then after the Doomfist is gone, you go after the Ashe, I think. Well, the Kiri is gonna be back in the fight soon as well, so you're probably gonna be going after her. Like this. Let me see. This is reasonable. This is more reasonable. Try to extend, potentially, if they're not dropping HP, but this is reasonable right there. This bubble.
I don't want him to hit that wall.
Yeah.
Now.
That's
Wasted
alright.
my ult.
Yeah, there's
I
ju-
mean, if my team follows up or whatever, like we were just low on resources. There's no one to really follow up on that.
yeah.
I
Well,
was dead. I
well.
mean,
Oh, that was kind of like let's say we in this phase of a fight, you did enable the cast, and then you pressure. Okay, some of the attention that Doomfist uses ultimate. Ideally, I don't know. I think the only thing to think about is first of all, how do I dodge this? Okay, so your sub process
I
is
bubbled too
use the
late.
bubble. Yeah. So it's like
Because of the hack.
bubble and maybe also combine it with your right click later, so you create the distance. But that's maybe that's what could save something. So it's like I want to prioritize. Let's put it, yeah, I want to prioritize my life over pressure. Yeah, let's put it this way. If you can. That's why I think bubble first and graph second. I think this is reasonable graph. It's just who knows, you can stay alive. Then probably the MP, but that's a good trade. I think the Doomfist sold MP and your graph versus the two ultimates versus yours is it's alright. Let's say this actually. You went in, okay, you bubbled the punch. When was the second bubble there? I don't think you bubbled this here. You see like I think you want to think about something else. You're baiting something else. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like try to now search for either hack, yeah, or again we can bubble something like dynamite, or we can try to bubble something like yeah, like I mentioned, hack there or Doomfist punch. But that requires you to position accordingly, so you're able to bait them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once I get punched the first time, just go back around. Just
Yeah.
don't go
Yeah.
back.
Where do you actually go? So you back around, like where? To this way?
To the high ground, that high ground.
High ground?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, in there.
Yeah. I think this is
I think
reasonable.
that's where I go
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, this is reasonable. But by the way, let's put it this way. Whenever you know your win condition, what you guys are strong at, now it gives you direction of what kind of sidelines you're going to be using a little bit more. Well, it's kind of, you're going to be understanding. It's not that you are going to be staying in that space, like I mentioned, in that exact kill zone, right? It's just you taking an off angle, but in what kind of kill zone? Well, now because you have this long range composition, it's probably this open sidelines. That's what your team likes to use more. And then try to position accordingly so you're able to kind of be there at any point of time, I guess. Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
This
so,
position easily allows you to, I think. Like, this is okay. You don't have to exactly stay, again, in this yellow. It's just the vision on the yellow. Yeah, it's good. Maybe if you actually get some...
Yeah, if I can stay out there, and if I see that someone's low or like someone's killable, drop if I need to, and just level it from there.
Yeah. That's my thoughts there. I think this is how you can view it.
I'm here like hoping that my team comes with me there. With
Yeah, and they probably don't like to use this doorway. I'm not gonna lie. Like most of your team, they hate it. I think if you have short range team, I think definitely go for this. Probably it's gonna work. You can still use this high ground, I think, but long range team, they just no. Versus the dive special, they really scared. Dana, Cassidy, they just get punched. It's really hard. Even this corner is more reasonable to play. Of course, just some of the pressure and your win conditions now. All of the angles, they're gonna be contributing to the fight a little bit more. Right. There's just a lot of pressure on your team. You have to back up. Okay. The bubble is fine. There's nothing to do. You're just resetting, so that's alright. Okay. Ash, attention. Sure. Well,
It's just bad that he's pushing me that way. Bad for me.
is there? Let's think about it this way, because you're trying to bait something from their team, so they're gonna be more killable. You ideally we're trying to bait the dive cooldowns. Is there a way for you to do it through your position at this point of time?
Bait bait Doomfist punch?
Yeah, but how? How do you bait the Doomfist punch? What do you do?
I peek him.
So it's maybe jiggle
peek him more.
peeking. Yeah, I think you
I
can.
peek him there. I mean, he's punching
Yeah.
there, but I just got lucky.
Yeah,
I just got lucky that he decided to punch around
yeah,
the corner
yeah.
without even seeing.
Yeah. So see, like I guess what our priority is then is like, how can I abuse my position to bait the enemy to use something on me? And then secondary is the bubble, I think, yeah? So you kind of put the pressure, reasonable pressure on the Ash Find. There's nobody else to pressure, and then we trying to bait the Doomfist, and then try to jiggle pick around the cover, yeah? It might be, it just, how do I use AD keys, or it might be also right click, yeah? I mentioned in the previous session, yeah, it's something we can do. There's quite flexible. Maybe Doomfist goes in, I instantly can go back to my cover, yeah, behind the cover. Maybe I can go up, maybe I can go this way as well. Doesn't matter, it's just the right click gives you an option to instantly escape somewhere if he's punching you. All right. So I think, yeah, this using your position, your corner is like your first bubble. Let's put it this way: all of your bubbles together. If you can do that, abuse that, then it would be the best. So it probably the first punches in, you stay, you beam him, and then they commit one more, and then you bubble. So it would be even more better. And you see, where do you also bait them? You bait them probably in this more openish area where your longer range member is more comfortable in doing something. That's what you want. That's how you think. All the skill zones, see like the previous concepts together. Fire does the ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah? Any questions?
Yeah, I'm basically looking. I'm like posturing aggressively and
That was
just making
good.
sure that it's in their sightlines.
Yeah, that was good aggression. Yeah, I just think yeah, I really like it. Just the quality. It's always the second step. I think the first step is I implement something and then increase the quality. Yeah, it's fine. It's definitely better in terms of how do you posture. You're not exactly playing on the same angle with your team in this game. Yeah, it's really nice. You're diverting a lot of attention most of the time. Just
You know, I wanted. He's killed so many like people just like punching, just like a single punch.
all right.
I don't. Trying to save people, doubling.
Yeah, so this is one, yeah, but we don't forget, we can save from the dive, but it's always, again, first is my proactive position to bait out something, yeah? And now you know what exactly baiting, also, it makes it so much easier. Doomfist Punch, it's also Sombrous Pressure. This is exactly what you're looking for. See how you're posturing aggressively. Of course, you're getting the staggers, but now Doomfist is in. If he's punching you, he's not punching your team. That's what you want. Because you can survive. Your team supports you.
Yeah, basically, you want me to outdive Doomfist. Got
Yeah.
it.
You want to bait his dive in you. There's even an idea behind it. And in the pro play, you can also search for it. A lot of times, when you play poke composition versus the dive, the tank is the one who is posturing really aggressively to bait out the dive. So it's kind of the tank just trying to survive, basically. That's why it's a lot of times you might see people use something like Orisa, or even Zarya might be also fine because of her bubbles. You just posture aggressively, so they dive you and your team survives. It's just how it works. If they're not diving you and ignoring you, well, you can have your free time on their backline. Just try to do
Playground
something.
time.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So just here. Oh, we didn't have bubble. Well, I definitely think you, well, at least some bits of the Prussian, that's where you mess up. Try to mess up the aim. By the way, let's put it this way. I think this is important. Whenever you disable enemy pressure, I want you to not only use bubble, so just big pressure. Let's say like cooldowns. Yeah, cooldowns. You can bubble. Try to also see when they are doing their own stuff. Again, they're winning at the short range. Okay, whatever they do. You can also try to mess up the aim in this case. This is something we talked about, yeah? When the enemies can do big bursts, I try to mess them up. And here, the divers, they do big bursts at the short range. So, big pressure happens. I use a right click, I think. Use a right click, mess up something. So she will not have as comfortable time here. Potentially. Of course, there's a lot to do about your attention, yeah? It's not about the reaction, I think. It's about anticipating first. The divers are diving, okay? I know this Doomfist is gonna punch somebody, so I prepare the bubble, yeah? Of course, I'm posturing aggressively as well, try to bait him. This is good position, kinda, for you to just, do something. You can get on the back line, you get on Doomfist. Doomfist is alone by himself, so maybe you can pay attention to him. If there's nothing else like Curie, I think. Maybe if you can get on her, I'm sure. I don't think you can from this position, so... Okay. Yeah, really close here. You got the graph, let's see. By the way, again, thinking about the graph, I'm posturing aggressively. If they dive me and I grab them later, it's really nice as well for you. You disable their dive, and yeah, your team wins automatically. Trying to grab an open sidelines. That's fine. Well, you go for they kind of ignoring your all of this here. Yeah, I don't think you go here. That's the thing. I don't think you have to go here. The robot is okay. The robot is going this way. Now, what are the options for you, your team, to set up their long range sightlines? Yeah, let's put it this way. Where do you go? So you hub them a little bit. Yeah, set them up a little for their long range pressure. Where do you go? What's your thoughts?
I think the same as before, where you hit A on that high ground.
This here?
In that room, yeah.
What do you think about using this as well? Maybe, yeah.
I think bot's too far up for that.
Yeah, it just depends on the bot then. Yeah, I'm just saying, there's always an option for you to think about something different. Just think about the sidelines, if possible. Yeah, in the long term, you maybe have the robot over here. If it's over here, go here. I think now, because it's really far, you probably choose to stay this position and enable all of the street right now.
Yeah, here I was just thinking of holding this down and touching.
Yeah, and see, this what exactly kind of kills your team a lot of times. See, like, they get on a short range pressure. Maybe like the soldier also kind of runs in with you, and the divers, they just have all their cooldowns and they easily kill them, or maybe they easily kill you. So try to maybe let's put it this way: prioritize map control first, and then stop the card second. It's fine if you maybe get here and then stop the card. I think that can work. I believe you can actually stay on the latch and stop the card as well. Stop the robot.
Yeah, I do that after this, I think.
So this is what you want, I think. Try to do that more. Because you're this position, maybe you would disable the Kiri, maybe it's enabling disabling the Doomfist, but yeah, tough, really tough in the short sightlines. Short sightlines is your composition. Yeah, it's only maybe Cassidy who can take advantage of that. Sometimes. This is better. This space is much better for you. You're contributing to all this long range street. Now your team, they have options to flank. Your soldier probably flanking. Where is he? or he's
He's dead.
actually I can actually no. He's
Oh no, he's not.
he's right here. All right. Yeah, it's ideally if he can take maybe this long range angle. Okay, maybe some of your team members they can do this. This is like what you want to see. I think most of the time with this composition. Of course, you can control them, but it's just you kind of setting them up for the opportunities. You know, you
Yeah,
try.
like I'm contesting.
Mm.
So yeah,
That was
it's more
nice. Yeah.
important.
So this position is working. Probably go on the train, but you know they use Kiri.
I was the I think hindered, so I couldn't jump.
Mhm. Oh wait, you did. I'm saying the on the platform. Ah, okay. So it's
It
just
didn't let me jump.
yeah.
I tried. I
I
was like, oh
see.
wow.
Okay.
But I was hindered. That's why.
That's well, that happens. Well, if you
Trust me, I had every intention of jumping up there, but
it's
I was
alright. It's
hindered.
alright. Not too big of a thing. I think it's always like for us, we're looking at the this biggest understandings of just your composition and understanding the enemy. Okay, this is what I like more. So you see the Hanzo, low range character. He does big pressure. Maybe he's getting pressure quite a lot. Try to bubble him. See, he does this Tomero. Maybe there's a Doomfist dive. Okay, you can enable this. I think this is what you're looking for. Ideally, it should be synchronized. Yeah, seeing who is doing my big pressure, and then disabling theirs. This is again fine bubble. You can maybe wait for the hack, but is there a hack? Let's see. Oh, there was a
I
hack.
think I
Yeah, there
stopped
was a
it.
hack. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I stopped
This
it.
this is good. Yeah, this is what you want to look for. Now they don't have Sombra Translocator. They also use one of the Doomfist cooldowns, so you have an advantage, and that's where you might even think about the grab, but theirs might be Suzu. So you have to be.
And Life Weaver platform if I don't do it right.
Oh yeah, and that one too. It's fun. But yeah, it's
I
just more
remember
importantly for us to track the diverse cooldowns. That's why I'm like, more, yeah, it's more concerning. Oh, okay.
that.
hmm
What did I bubble?
I think it just was cheap damage there. Just there's a
Life
life fever.
Weaver.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
this is what I want to get rid of. I think like now when you
'Cause I
can
know
be
I'm alone too.
yeah, it's just when we be more disciplined. Okay, we see this. Okay, they got some staggers. There's still a chance we can receive this pressure from short range. So what it might be now, they also have Cassidy. Okay, so it's Casnade. Maybe it's Sombra's hack. Okay, this is what I want to bubble to and posture accordingly, aggressively towards the kill zone, but remain the attention on their dangerous cooldowns and what do I enable on my team as well. Yeah, ideally it's together. So now you probably need your bubble, and yeah, you need your bubble. Maybe oh well, could you be reacting for this? Maybe, not sure. Yeah, I don't think you do because there's just normal burst. Sombra was kind of a little bit silly there versus the Cassidy.
Yeah, that was just dumb on her part, but
Yeah, I don't think you could have
I
done.
was focused on killing either the Life Weaver or the Kiriko
Mm.
because I know they were pretty
But
low in
but yeah,
resources.
you definitely have to be there, like right here. Yeah, you just have to then disable their
Yeah.
dive at this point. Maybe try to also this is the need. This is something for you to disable as well. Kind
Mm-hmm.
of viewing it this way, I guess. Okay. Do you have any questions about all of this entire review here?
No, I mean the
Hmm.
range concept is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I think you
Playing
can help out
your
quite a
main.
lot. Okay. Do you want to do a game maybe as well? Try to see maybe apply it
Sure.
in live, or you can if you have any games, anything else you want to look at, we can also do that. It's up to you. But I think it's can be valuable to just see what do you enable, disable during the live as well. We can do that. So you're fine with that?
Let's yeah. Let's do. Is it cool if we just do a quick play?
Sure.
Because I want to get to.
Go for it.
I want to also go over Winston.
Go for it. Right. Okay. We can keep the same mindset with the Winston too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still this. It's still valuable anyway.
Yeah, all those ideas still gonna be useful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's this. Enable, disable. Okay, disable, And there's 3 perspectives you ever had so far. It's a range. No, 2 perspectives. Range or resources. Yeah, range or resources. Okay. Actually, there was a third one, but we just touched on that. It's angles. Yeah, who is taking the most aggressive angle? Can also keep an eye on that. Sure.
And just contesting the most aggressive
Mm-hmm.
angle.
Mm-hmm. I think you can just start with, let's put it this way, the easiest, well, maybe not the easiest, but I think the good one might be just looking at your composition, understand the range. Okay, are you winning short or
Right.
long range, and simply try to enable your resources, your cooldowns, which are contributing to the range. It's either long or short. Okay, but you
Right.
have to compare. You have to compare your composition versus the enemy. Now, of course, you can understand well what your composition is leaning towards. Still, it's what do you think? Let's look at it.
Right now, it's Ilari, Soldier, Sombra, and I'm missing the support, but it's more long
Yeah,
range.
more longer. So probably prepare for
So
it.
yeah, with
Uh-huh.
Kiriko.
Yeah.
I mean, Kiriko, yeah, she can shoot across the map, so it's more long range, and then, but we also have good mobility with these two.
You actually now with this support line now you because with you actually now more shorter. I think it's Kiri and Sombra because of Kiri's Sombra. So try to enable Sombra's hack and Kiri's dive a little bit more. I think.
Okay.
Okay. This is like first perspective. That's not only about that, but keep an eye on your Sombra, what she's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to bubble that a little bit more. That's alright.
Still got her.
Yeah. And by the way, now when you know where the Sombra might be, you can position accordingly. See,
She like
maybe
completely went like
yeah, she's gonna
oh
be
like way too deep. She could have.
yeah, deep in the backline. They're gonna be doing that. I think. Try to see. And remember side lanes. Yeah, what kind of side lane you can take so you see all of this. Maybe it's positioned to the left. I think it's common using the left building, if possible later. If possible. Okay. You definitely don't want to stay in the main too much, but you know, for now it's alright. Maybe later trying to walk through to the left. Alright. You want to divert the enemy's attention. Try to use the left building more. Yeah, it's like really tough for you the main lane here. You can even like now maybe invest the time, invest the time and go after you get this. Yeah. They're only winning you with the long range angles, so you want to get closer versus the Widow versus the Surgeon as well. Like keep an eye on them a little bit more. Nice, good. I like this sideline. You can maybe use the stairs later as well, so you get towards the snipers first and enable your sombras, enable your short range. This is good angle. This is good range. Yep. Surgeon is on the left, so yeah. Maybe you can just okay.
Oh, that wow.
Surgeon. Nice. Okay. If you can get on Widow, you can deal with the Widow, but you know. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Alright. Like it. Okay.
I don't know why I had to bubble off the pedal.
That's okay. You know. Sometimes happens.
I saw the pedal and I was like, oh, something
Sometimes
dangerous. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's definitely if it crashes on your head, I think it's can do quite a lot of damage there. No, I'm kidding.
It's heavy. It's heavy. Gotta be careful.
Okay, use shorter sidelines and get on the Widow and Surgeon. I think you cannot play in the long sidelines anymore. That's why I was saying use the lab building right there. Yeah, it helps you to close the gap without being exposed. The long range. Yeah. Yeah. You see your key. She outsnipes the Widow. Nice. Okay. Can get
I didn't
closer
want to
with
get
the...
knifed.
Yeah, it's okay. Getting closer with the surgeon, ideally. All right. That's
Oh, I
fine.
meant to bubble her.
Okay. And we got him. See the backline members first, right? Widow's to the left. If you can kill her, that would be the best. Yes, that's how they win only. Now she's to the right. Widow's to the right. Widow first. Yeah. Oh, actually she went left. Okay. She outsmarted me. I think she was on the right. Yeah, she faked the rotation there.
Right when I'm facing this way.
Yeah. This is a good position for you. You just snipe. Well, push the snipers back. That's what you want. Ash Widow all the time, and enabling your... Well,
Okay,
now
so
it's
just trying to
May.
contest them.
Of the May. Something I notice you want to do as well when I'm talking about all this enable disable, you want to definitely press tab before every fight, so it
I
helps
need
you.
to rebind my tab button.
Yeah, you have to, because this helps you to understand what do you pay attention to. Yeah, so you're not gonna be reacting anymore. It's about anticipating. Try to rebind so it's comfortable. Definitely. If you cannot press it consistently at this point of time, it's
And
fine.
it's across my keyboard, and my keyboards
Yeah.
are super weird. I need to change them.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, well, just important to address, I guess. Okay. You can use the short sideline and maybe the right side room. Again, get on top of the snipers. That's what you want. Kill zone. Okay, they have Reaper now.
Where did Keisha go?
Alright. Well, now the composition is actually more of a shorter range.
What is he doing?
Now, our standard is still there. Now, compare both compositions. Notice, like...
Okay.
How do you
Yeah,
win now?
it's... I have to, yeah, I have to control...
Actually, they have double snipers still. Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you still win with the short. Alright, it's okay. Yeah. It's just they swapped some of the members, but you know... Of course they have short range members as well, but it's just we're comparing. We're comparing both of compositions. See who does
It
more.
still favors me.
Yeah, still favors the short. So use short sidelines, avoid being an open, and get on top of their snipers, probably.
I can also bait them a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I like this smaller rotation.
I don't know how to do this.
You can just stay here, and then I think you have to jump as well together now. Or...
I'm taking way too long on this.
well, it's quick play, so I guess you can practice a little bit with that.
I did it earlier, but I'm not exactly sure. No.
All right, that's fine.
My team probably... Look at my teammate. Yeah, sorry about that one, buddy.
Do you want to jump up?
Yeah. I'm gonna try... You know what? No, I'm not. I'm just gonna take this. Oh, shoot.
Try to see where their snipers first, ideally. Long range, if possible. Ash is to the left. Yeah, she's right there. Because she's more dangerous as well. Yeah, she's taking... This is fine. Okay, now this is fine. That was killable. Now Ash. Good. I'll probably get on Lucio.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck. All right.
Oh, you was really close there.
Oh,
You,
I should have bubbled that.
you want to get the Lucio 100%. Oh, that's alright. That was good practice. I like it. You know, the only thing is being faster with understanding what space you want to use, but we didn't pay attention to that as much. We kind of been just, you know, enable cooldowns, disable cooldowns, so it's alright. That's how you want to do it as well, ideally. You're aiming for...
Yeah, I mean the
Uh-huh.
range, the range concept is really saying where
Yeah.
what space you want to use, right?
Yeah. You just see like your first point. I think that's why I did mention a lot the left
You
side
wanna
building. You
you want this
wanted the...
replay code?
Oh well, we can go with that to just to emphasize what I mentioned, and then we can go over Winston if you like. We'll have some time, just a little bit of Winston.
Okay. We'll just do this.
Yeah. Send it to me. Okay, I'm gonna stop watching and screen share. Right. Wait, that's a wrong replay. it's a. Oh wait,
Oh,
you sent me another one
wait,
or?
no. Wait, I think it is. That's the right one.
Here we go. All right. Okay. This map usually kind of sniper-ish. You know, they are usually expect some low range compositions, but again, you still compare, you can do comparison, and this is what helps you to understand what spaces I want to use. So I get on top of their win condition, yeah, like push them away, and then enable my win condition right away. And that's again, the point is the last priority. Yeah? You want to first think about the map control. So where do you go? Enable your Sombra Kiri, disable their snipers. Where do you want to go?
Hopefully hopefully my team would follow me down left.
Yes. And here, it's okay. Let's say like it's okay for you to stay for some time isolated, I think, as long as you know I can be kind of comfortably later be in my teammates' sidelines. Potentially they can see you from here. You can also sometimes I say to people this: if you're confident, then you can use your bubble and get in your teammates' line of sight, then you're in a fine position as well. It's kind of I'm being one bubble away. Basically, it's not as crucial, you know, because I was mentioning, you know, before we were kind of, well, you most of the time probably need to be in line of sight, yeah, while you contributing to all the skill zone, but you can just be one bubble away as well. This can be like an exception. I can go all the way left. If somebody pushes me, I can use the bubble and get back to my team just in case. I think this is a good general rule, but why it's important, because we can maybe go after the snipers, and you most importantly also maybe can bubble the Sombra's pressure. You expect the Sombra be deep in the backline. Well, maybe you will not have the range still because she was quite deep, but who knows? Maybe let's say I'm in the left building. I think you probably will be in the range. Well, it's at least if I'm playing in this doorway, potentially. That's what you want to. Ideally, quick decisions, understanding space, yeah. What is that kill zone, and also where do I play in relation on all of that. Because
As soon as I saw the widow, I thought go left, but if my team doesn't follow me, left is such a deep
yeah,
angle that if you chase me, I'm dead.
you see, like you understand why it's like okay to be there though potentially. Yeah, like does it make sense? Okay, so this is what you want.
I'm starting to think of right being better.
Right can work as well. I actually like it too. Yeah, right can also work. It's just left left might be a lot of times slightly better because the enemies tend to rotate towards their spawn if they're doing defensive rotation, so you're kind of trying to cut off their defensive. But this is also can work. It's just I can also maybe get on top of this high ground and I don't know, pressure from here. I definitely think it's possible to do a rollout doing this A to B or something, and then even C right there. Again, using short range spaces, while getting on top of the Widowmaker and snipers. Yeah, I'm just using all this kind of, well, maybe it's this is open, but at least I'm not exposed to this sightline. Yeah, you just exposed to the lab. This is what you want. Just concept using the buildings. Maybe again this one. This is what you want, I think. That was that what it was more about, in my opinion, in this replay. Like nothing else. Most of it, I think, to me, it's the most important thing you want to do. But yeah, maybe any questions
So
about
don't
this
sit on
replay?
main if you can't really impact much.
Yeah. Well, of course, this is well, it's also a good general rule, I think, too. You generally, if you're stuck with your team, as you mentioned before, I don't think it's the greatest because you're not even diverting the attention, right? It's just I want to understand why do I be, so I divert the attention. But now it's even easier for you to keep an eye on because you know who do you enable and who do you disable as well. So it's gonna be just more precise. Yeah, your decision is gonna be it's easier. Gonna be much easier to understand. Yeah, does it make sense?
Yeah.
All right. You want to do Winston as well, or
Yeah. Code or play?
oh, sorry. Can you repeat that again?
Do you want me to play a game of Winston, or do you want to read the code?
Well, it's if you have the replay, I think it would be better. We can discuss kind of similar
Okay.
things probably. Yeah. You just going over some of the abilities and everything. We didn't go over the Winston as much, so that's all right.
I think I played Winston on. Did I? Is a control map, King of the Hill map fine?
Yeah, any map is fine. Any map is
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I played Winston on this.
Okay. Hero. Oh, and hero adjusting. Yeah, it's also what we discussed today. Really helps. Just when you understand the direction of your comp, you can adjust the characters accordingly. So it's either you lean towards the poke win condition, you lean towards the brawl win condition, or dive. Makes it much easier. All right.
That makes a lot more sense. So I was just playing my own game, trying to carry as much as I can.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay, you. Wait, what? What is your nickname here? Is it a different one or?
No, it's the same.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, I can see you here. It seems like it's other replayer. Just
No, it puts me in late. It puts me in a few seconds late. tank
I see. It's a
leaves. Their
quick
tank
play.
leaves.
That's why. All right.
Yeah.
I get it now. I get it now. All right. Just really brief, right?
I think.
Yeah.
They play the first.
Just 2 minutes. Okay. Well, still same ideas. Okay. Your composition versus theirs. What do you think?
Okay.
So, how do you guys win?
Dive.
Just mainly diving in, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, dive on Discorded person.
Yeah. Well.
And try to coordinate with Sombra.
Yeah, again, this is something you can pay attention to, but this is secondary, yeah, because you can always say, let's dive in areas where we have Discord and also maybe our Hansa sideline. This is valuable. This is kind of understanding the kill zone, but this is what your first priority can be leaning towards. I definitely should be enabling my diving condition first, yeah? Diving around the Sombras hack, this is what you want to do. This is where you want to be most of the time, I think. Of course, you can also contribute on other things as well, but yeah, let's see. How can you position? So you gonna be able to just dive in with her. So you're setting up on this high ground. That's fine. And now when you know your composition, when you know that you guys want to dive, you can kind of think about your position, yeah? Where you're gonna position and where you gonna dive. Yeah, let's start with this. In what area you will be looking for a dive if you know you diving in with Sombra? What's your thoughts?
Mm, I mean, right now there's nothing really to dive. I mean, I can
Just
jump on.
Lawrence, thinking about maybe like look. Let's say, look at their characters. Let's put it this way. Yeah, who do you dive most likely?
Uh, try to dive. Here you go. Maybe not commit, or maybe the tour because he's not that mobile.
Uh huh.
But I'm mostly relying on Sombra Hack or
Yes. Right.
Discord
Right.
or whoever Hanzo
Mm. Yeah.
gets a shot off on.
Hack is first, I think. Like to pay attention to that first because three members, Kiri, you, Sombra, you're the main power force, yeah? Of course, ideally, Yen Screams, I would say, Discord, something, dive that target, but this never happens in competitive. You have to understand what you guys song out and make sure the win condition, you can apply that most of the time. So it's
I
probably...
didn't think of Hack immobilizing people, so yeah, I think Hack is really, really important.
Yes, exactly. So you want to understand who I'm diving, so I'm identifying the area. Torp, well, in the current location, this is kind of not as
He's out of
good.
position, I think.
What do you think? He's out.
He's out of position.
Well, it can be, but now it's just okay. I think it's diveable. Let's put it this way: it's diveable, I think, but it's also the same way like this backline here. I think this is what you pay attention to the most if possible. Yeah, looking at where my Sombra is and maybe trying to lean towards this setup so I'm able to like go a little bit deep. I think try to go a little bit deep and maybe abuse this high ground here and then dive in. If possible. This is what you're trying to aim for. But you kind of a little bit stuck in this area, I think. You still have the leap. So try to maybe position where your Sombra is gonna be diving a little bit more. So it's instantly
Yeah, try to set up for Sombra.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, of course, this can be diveable, but there's just when you wait for the opportunity for really long, you don't have to just play for the main win condition first. If it's not there, then sure, dive the torp later. You can do that maybe. There's an opportunity. Yeah, like this. Okay, there's a Discord door, profound opportunity, sure, but your leap can be the direction can be already. I'm going towards the backline to the right, for example. Right now the dive is over. Okay, similar thing. What I'm diving and how do I set up? Okay, what's your thoughts here? So what are you diving first? First of all, from this here is here.
Probably. I probably shouldn't dive right here.
So what do you do?
I should probably either back up, like kind of regroup, stabilize, maybe get healed a little bit, wait for Sombra, wait for my team to start peeking, because this doesn't do anything.
But
We're just gonna heal each other. Go away.
let's think about the proactive positioning mindset still, yeah? If you backing up, well, maybe you're not looking for a die. Yeah? It's maybe dangerous for you to exactly jump in when your team is not around. But what do you do then, yeah? How do you back up so you can remain proactive in a way?
Jump to Zen.
Jump
Or jump to the high ground, sorry.
exactly.
The high ground above.
Yeah, right here. Maybe, yeah. This is what you're looking for. You divert the attention and you set it up for the better dive in the future. That's what you want. You just want to maintain those positions. Stay. And when the Sombra goes in, maybe you also get a nice Discord, then you follow up with the jump. By the way, this Raz, again, disabling, remember, disabling perspective, I'm thinking about the cooldowns as well. Something to keep an eye on as well. Just a small thing, but since we talked about it as a Zarya as well, keeping an eye on how do I use my corners first instead of my resources, it can be valuable as well. So I'm kind of just trying to use cover if possible, baiting the enemy towards me and then doing something. Yeah, so
Bubble isn't necessary here.
yeah, it's just a lot of times like, okay, maybe I can hold here, or maybe I can even be using high ground, or maybe I can be using this. It's just try to put it as your first priority. Then they extend their pressure. They try to go on you, and you like shut them down completely. Same as Zarya. I'm like thinking, what do I bait? Well, important stuff. Shout, because they're kind of more of a, well, what they kind of pokish. Well, they at least they I think they win versus you like by just playing long fight in my opinion. Mercy Raz, Hack, Sombra, Torp turret, and even Jungle is nice and a little bit of poke. I think the win was the long-term pressure. Even though you have Zenyatta and Hanzo, you still have more power at the short range, so you have to dive at some point. Yeah. Okay. This is pressure. Get out. Sure. Probably gonna die there. Okay. Going Zarya.
Switch.
Actually, Zarya
it
can it can work. The Winston was fine as well. Let's put it this way: you had dive in condition, so it's just wanna just kind of be around the divers a little bit more. Zarya can work as well because you can bubble all of this dive happening. Just make sure you have sidelines. You know, a lot of times you even might see the Zarya playing in dive compositions. Well, kind of with dive characters. Let's say like something like Genji, maybe Tracer, maybe even Reaper, sometimes close range characters, because he's just so good. He can enable the short range pressure with the dive. It was the
Yeah, I
bubble.
love playing with a Reaper.
Yeah, it's just some maps they're not allowing you to exactly see your divers sometimes because of all the sight lines. That's why, like a lot of times, well, you just run something. Probably you will run something like dive tank together. Here, I think it's possible. King of the Hill map might be actually possible for you. Play Zarya. Okay. The enemy somewhere gets you. Well, I don't know. What do you think at this point? Like, you have the last fight. Well, they have tons of resources, to be honest. How do you win
Just
versus them?
die. Yeah, I just die because my team is gone by
How do you,
myself.
what your position will be looking like? Again, remembering our main win condition, yeah, like your main things you guys looking for, was how you win, yeah. Where should you be positioned?
I should be with my Zen probably.
Why Zenyatta?
Oh, in between Zen and Kiriko. I mean, it's not just with my
Again,
supports.
what's your win condition? How do you win versus the enemy?
Uh,
Main win condition.
walk on hack.
Yeah, mainly like let's say like this way. Yeah, I'm enabling the dive first. This is important too, but again, start to prioritize direction, which does the biggest pressure at any point of time. By the way, something to keep an eye on. Might be useful as well as when you in the game, understanding what ultimate I have and enabling this with my position as well. So let's say I have the Sombra here. I know she has MP, so probably I want a position to like contribute to her a little bit more. Yeah, making sure I maybe bubble, maybe divert the attention a little bit more as well. This is what matters. Your Zen might die, but you don't care. Honestly, like you again, your teammates are resources, and it's just a matter of who's getting better trade with the resources. So you just again, if you enable the Sombra here, how do you position? What do you think? Sombra
I
Kiri ultimately.
left side.
Yeah,
Left side is
go left side right away. Yeah, you don't want to stay here. Yeah, don't play for the Zen. Don't even bother. I think using bubble on him as much. Well, let's put it this way: you get here. If you're Zen actually in the sideline, sure, bubble him. But if he's not, then enable your main win condition, especially a big ultimate. I think. Is what you want to do. Another perspective as well, when you have last fight, you can take more riskier plays, do more riskier plays a lot of times, because there's just nothing to lose. Kind of, well, the enemies have a lot of resources. You're kind of close to your ultimates as well, like your Zenyatta and Curie, but first, enable the big pressure, proactive plan, always enable that if possible, you know.
yeah.
The bubble worked actually. I'm just thinking, yeah. If I'm to the left, I'm diverting more attention and maybe also making your job easier with all these dives all together. All right. Well, there was a little bit of Winston, but I'm not sure. Do you have any questions about the Winston maybe or this entire replay?
I didn't prioritize for Woodson. That was good, like prioritizing hack.
Uh-huh.
I didn't. That never crossed my mind. I was kind of just dive on my own, whatever. Like just try to dive in sight lines of my team. That's basically what I just do, or try to like people, split people from the tank. Even if I don't get kills, just try to force cooldowns. It's usually how I play Winston, but yeah, playing for hack is way better. So
Yep.
that's really good.
Yep.
I think this next round we play, or there's no next round.
No. There's no. There's no next
Yeah,
one.
this is game, right?
Right.
I thought I played the map before this then.
Maybe. Well, if you have any quick questions, you can go over that. I'm just okay. Let's prioritize first. Have some minutes. I just want to make sure we have the summary. Okay. For today, though, our main points. What do we got out of today with you so far? What can we say? Let's see.
Range, just understanding your composition and the ranges that they work at, and position accordingly to
Okay.
those strengths, and play towards like either brawl, either play towards a brawl win condition or the poke or the dive win condition, basically.
So I'm gonna say enable your team's range. Yeah. At the same time, you can think about disabling enemy range. This is like another thing. Ideally, you do both. Again, range is just, I'm simplifying to short and long. You don't have to overcomplicate. Some people can say, well, there's a mid range as well, but it's not really necessary. You can always kind of lean towards one direction, makes it easier. Okay, so one is the range. What was the second one as well? What do I want to keep an eye on?
I th- I don't think you said this like word for word, but
Mhm.
kind of like proactively using your team as like, oh yeah, you said you use your team as like a resource.
Yeah, you
So
can.
playing with your team, not playing by yourself. Like if catching the aggression on your team, or yeah, like enabling them, right?
Yeah, sure. So
Mhm.
it's just one. I think. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna write down enable your resources. That's for one. 100%. Yeah, like big. So any big cooldowns to just you see whatever you have on the map. Maybe it's your Anonade. Once you first of all know, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna prioritize range. Range is gonna be a first thing you're gonna be paying attention to, and then second, yeah, I'm looking at when I see the composition and I'm understanding if I have this short range wing condition, the diving condition in a way. Well, then I'm gonna be supporting those resources more. That's what matters more. Yeah, enable my big cooldowns, and the same time you can think about disabling enemy cooldowns. Yeah, so maybe for instance here you enable your Sombra, but disable what? You disable some pokish kind of things, such as maybe it's Torb's E, maybe it's also something like Chanka Queen's Knives sometimes, probably, yeah, because actually she can mess up the dive quite well. You know, like if you dive in and then it's harder for you to disengage because of the knife because she pulls you back. I think this is something to maybe bubble, yeah, something to keep an eye on. This is how you think. Again, enable, disable. Okay. So big cooldowns, bubbles, yeah, cooldowns, or just let's say defensive resources, because you can do it for any tank. And another, the last perspective, the third one is angles. This is what I would like to talk about more potentially because this one is quite big, but I'm just gonna say for now, enable disable angle, which does big pressure, and this you have to enable who is taking off angles or disable who is taking off angles a little bit more. Remember the Ash on the first point? Yeah, on the first map. She's taking
Yeah.
off angle. I want to keep an eye on that. Okay, I think just kind of to help you with all of this thought process, I'm just gonna write down decisions. You really have to deal with tap. That's one. You have to press tap every fight. Okay. And the second thing is try to anticipate. Yeah, anticipating things such as, well, where the enemy is gonna be. Enemies are gonna be, and you can also, because you anticipate where the enemy is gonna be, anticipate where the fight is gonna be as well. It helps you to just position where the fight is gonna be and then position. Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you have any questions about all of that here? This entire summary, or is it clear enough?
Yeah. You basically you want to anticipate where the fight's gonna happen and uh, position according to that, and
Yep.
to like whatever your win condition is.
Yeah. I think this is good. Okay. Well, we have some time, so do you have any questions, any final questions? So you wanna watch
I
Winston
want
real
to
quick?
talk more
Mhm.
about the angles.
Sure. Angles, 5 minutes. It's not enough, but I can just quickly, like guide you through what we can do potentially. Angles, because it's not only I'm enabling the biggest angle, I can also understand what my team does with angles versus their team. We use the range concept. This is what I use with most of my students a lot of times. Yeah, range, quite basic. Angles more advanced, but once you understand it, it makes it easier. Yeah, like for instance here, I understand who is gonna be at what angle, and then yeah, which hero likes to take certain angle, and then I understand what I'm gonna be supporting more. Yeah, like enabling, disabling more. That's how is that? It's more about, but it really depends on compositions. What I'm gonna do next, I think I'm just gonna write down, because to me you do quite well contributing with skill zone. Okay, I'm just gonna keep in mind the kill zone still, but we removed the right click. Yeah, we mentioned a few things about the right click today already. Like, remember the all of this helper for you to bait out the stuff. Oh, this one to mention. Yeah, the right click helps you to enable, disable all of the things. You kind of baiting out the enemy and then just going out behind the cover. But yeah, I would just do angles.